Here's the thing, God is changing you before he's changing things. The question is, are you ready for the blessings that God has for you? Because let me say something that might be a little bit uncomfortable, but if God actually changed the thing that you've been praying about, the thing that you've been seeking, the change that you've been waiting for, it might not actually hold up. It might not actually work. And I don't say that to discourage you. A lot of us are waiting for, financial changes, relationships, friendships, just overall circumstances to change. And it seems like God is just on the sidelines. He doesn't really care. And that's sometimes the frustrating part is that God, he's slow and he doesn't work fast enough, but he knows what timing is perfect. He knows the character changes that we need to go through in order to receive his blessings, in order to properly go on the path that he has set for us. Because you know that the version of you at the start of the season is not the same as the version of you at the end of the season, because we go through hardships, we go through changes and revelations that make us realize, wow, God's been working through all these steps. And if I had received what I wanted at the very beginning of the season, I would not have been ready for it. So, my question, of course, to you would be, are you ready for the change that's coming? Because we know that all seasons don't last forever. The harder seasons sometimes seem to feel longer than, the good seasons. The good seasons only last for like a day, but then I'm going through, months and months of a storm. Either way, God's working through you and walking with you through that storm. But are you going to be ready for what's on the other side of this season? Because a lot of us like to look at Joseph's story and think, wow, the redemption, the restoration, the authority, everything that he got at the end of his journey, but we don't like to pay attention to maybe the betrayal, the isolation, the periods that made no sense. Because yes, Joseph got great things at the end of that season, but he had to go through extreme hardships and extreme periods of not knowing why this change happened and if things were going to change in the future. And a few ways to know that you're in a season of change are you getting thrown out of your comfort zone? I know with me, that's always the case. I'm always thrown out of my comfort zone. I'm always in a place I don't want to be, but that's where God changes me the most. Are doors closing in your current situation, either with jobs, relationships, circumstances? Are doors being closed shut and you can't seem to open them? Are you facing unexpected challenges that are coming left and right? Do you have a desire to grow more spiritually? These are all signs that things are changing. And as much as we don't like change, I mean, change is a good thing. Would you want to be in the same place that you were 15 years ago? Would you want to be at your age and still be in elementary school? I mean, seasons come and go and we change and we evolve. And when we look back, we can, in hindsight, we could see, hey, God really transformed me in that moment. I couldn't see it then. So why does our perspective change now? We know that God's always working for us. He's walking with us through the storm. So know that the next change is going to be to his glory and it's going to hopefully, be great for you. So a verse that I like to look at is Romans 12:2. Do not be conformed to this world, but be transformed by the renewal of your mind, that by testing you may discern what is the will of God, what is good and acceptable and perfect. So the Bible often talks about wisdom. We always want the renewal of the mind. We want God to be working in us. We want Jesus' spirit, the Holy Spirit, to be within us. We want God to be present. So in these seasons, we're always going to have a changing of the mind. So my question is, what are you looking forward to in this changing season? Because big changes, I'm sure, are on the horizon for you. So you're not delayed, you're not invisible, you're not unseen by God. I know we like to think, hey, when a season's changing, we look at the outside, we look at, materialism, relationships, and say, hey, when's this person going to be brought into my life? When am I going to get more money? When am I going to get this and that? And the reality of it is sometimes the biggest changes are not from the outside, but is within you. And that's what God cares about the most, is how you're changing within and how you're changing in relationship with him. So if you feel like you're in a season of change and you're outgrowing the current season, or you just see doors closing left and right, make sure you take the time to sit with God, pray with him, get in relationship with him, and see where he's taking you. So with all that being said, I'll pray for great change, great things coming for you. If you enjoyed this video, leave a like. If you want to subscribe and join the journey, that'll be awesome. But I hope you have a blessed day, and thanks again for spending time with me today.